Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Saturday. Teresa here. Been a little while since I've done a live, and a topic came to mind that I thought I would address. You can hear my dog whining in the background. She gets excited when I start to talk. But today, what I'm going to address is should leaders write their own speeches? As a professional communicator, sometimes you find me addressing topics that are really near and dear to my heart and dear to my profession. And this is definitely one of them. In fact, as the person who might come to take my job was asking questions about my job, one of his first questions for me is, do you do speech writing? It's sort of the bane of the existence of a public affairs officer is, do you write speeches? And there are some people that do it really, really well, and there are some people who don't do it at all, and there are some people who use it as a dividing point of, oh, I'm a senior public affairs officer because I know how to write speeches. And I'm here to say, I don't think I completely buy on board with the idea of somebody else writing your remarks. And I'm going to say why. I do believe that senior leaders need information about an event. I do believe they need to know who's going to be at the event. I do believe they need to know what their main points are going to be and what they want to talk about. And I do believe they need researchers who gather the data and the information that they need to be successful. But what I don't know if I'm completely on board is somebody else telling your story. And so I'm going to let that sink in for a second. I have listened to senior leaders over and over again read prepared remarks at an event. And every time I do, I think what poor person had to research all this information and then put it together in a narrative so that it could come out of somebody else's mouth. It just doesn't sit well with me, and it never really has. The best leaders that I have worked with are the ones who truly write their own remarks, but then will come to me when they need factual information, when they want to know what the hook is going to be of a particular speech or a particular comment, or what the main points that they want to convey, and they're actually invested in the process. So they come to me and they want me to research this kind of information. They want to carry home these key points. And we actually go over what are some of the anecdotal stories that they want to share that really personalize the message and personalize the event. Because to me, it's not just about giving that speech, it's about finding a way to connect with your audience. And making connections is why we're here. No other reason is to connect with other people and feel understood, feel seen, feel heard, feel valued. And I do believe that when you just submit a speech, a lot of times I find the senior leader doesn't even read it. I don't know how many times I've watched my colleagues slave days writing something that a senior leader just didn't even use or may have just glanced at and then gave their own remarks anyway. So I definitely am one of those people that I always do as I'm told and I do as directed. And if somebody wants me to put together a speech, I'll do my best. But I'm a very, very blunt and to the point kind of writer. I don't do a lot of flowery language. And I've never claimed to be a professional writer. I didn't go into journalism for a reason. And I've just recently, as I've gotten older, made peace with the fact that I might never be a long form writer. I enjoy doing podcasts and interviews. I enjoy researching information. I enjoy taking notes. I even enjoy putting together talking points and writing articles and stories. I did one this past week that was very rewarding. But when it comes to something as personal, as intimate as talking to an audience and writing a speech, I'm just not sure that's something that I want to know as an audience member was written and crafted by somebody else. It just doesn't sit well with me from a place of authenticity and from a place of genuinely connecting with your audience. So that's all for Teresa's talks today and my deep thoughts. But it's been on my mind for a long time, and it's got talked about a lot in the public affairs, public relations community, but nobody has the guts, I think, to say it out loud because we're all kind of told we've got to write speeches and that's what we're supposed to do. And of course, like I said, if a senior leader wants me to write a speech, I'm going to do it. But at the same time, I kind of think you should do it yourself. All right. Take care, guys. That's all I got to say. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye now.